round 2 of high school softball here live at Lewisburg High School for the Lady Patriots. They will be playing the DeSoto Central Jaguars. The Lady Jaguars just traveling just a couple of minutes down the road, both DeSoto County teams trying to stay alive in the playoffs. As I mentioned, round 2, DeSoto Central swept Clinton in round 1, and both of those games relatively tight. Harley Bumpus, the head coach, they beat Clinton 6-4 and 8-3 and got the sweep in round 1. And they're going to face a tough Patriot team who swept Tupelo last weekend 12-4 and 13-4. So when you look at both teams, they're pretty evenly matched. They got through the first round relatively easy. Now they face each other, and it's going to be a good one because the last time these two teams met, just a few weeks ago, Patriots got off to a relatively hot start, took advantage of some mistakes that DeSoto Central made, capitalized on some base hits, and then, well, they built an early lead, and then all of a sudden the wheels fell off, and DeSoto Central, to their credit, never gave up. They kept clawing back, and finally it was a tied game, or tying runner on third base, fly ball with 1 out, hit the center field, and a throw by Bailey Davis to home plate got the double play and secured the 11-10 win. So Lewisburg owns the series 2-0. We got the national anthem coming up and first pitch on the way. We'll be right back with you, folks.
Off the Lady Jags, number 7, Armstrong.
Well, we're underway. There's a ground ball from the leadoff hitter, Landon Armstrong, over to Leah Walker, who gets the first out. Sorry we had a few technical difficulties for that first pitch, but we will give you the starting lineup for both teams. But first, we'll start with DeSoto Central. Landon Armstrong, who led off with a ground ball to third base. Darby Smith, Michaela Jamison will be due up here for DeSoto Central. Reagan Dell, Colby Young, Michaela Johnson, Caitlin Short, Kaylee Tucker, and Maddie Hudson is the lineup for your Jaguars. The right fielder, Darby Smith, hitting .315, steps in with one out here in the top of the first inning here at Lewisburg High School. I'm Michael Plumley along with Shaker Turner, blast from the past. Shaker, really glad to have you join us on this broadcast tonight.
Man,
it ought to be a good one.
There's nothing like playoff softball, man.
Emma Abrams is the starting pitcher for Lewisburg. She did throw in that last game against the Lady Jaguars. Complete game. She actually hit a home run. I've called 2 softball games for Lewisburg this year, and she's hit home run in both of them. And she's only got 2 on the year, so maybe it's me.
I'm sure it is. Dad may pay you to travel on the road with them, too.
So Darby Smith in a 2-1 count here. Pitched down, no, that was 3-1 in Walker. So the Jaguars get their first runner on base in the walk issue by Abrams. So defensively, you got Moss, Davis, and Woods left to right. Leah Walker, her sister Kara at shortstop, McCaskill at second base tonight. Anna Eder is playing first base, and behind the plate, L.K. Stokes. Now Michaela Jamison, the 7th grader, playing shortstop tonight, hitting in that 3-hole. She played left field the last time these two teams met, came in to pitch, and that one's driven right down the line. It's going to be on the wall, and Darby Smith's going to be waved home. Here comes the throw, and it's not going to be in time. RBI double for Michaela Jamison, and the Jaguars on the board early. And the crowd a little rowdy tonight, especially if you're a Jaguar fan. Shaker, I was talking to Coach Bumpus right before the game, and I was asking her for things that I needed to look for, things that they wanted to focus on, being selflessness, keep the momentum, keep the grit, and stay together. That's some things that they didn't do in the last game. They got behind early. Now they're got a 1-run lead.
Well, if you talk about grit and attitude and coming out hard, if you ever saw Harley Bumpus play, you would understand.
Yeah, played at Northwest right down the road. Reagan Dell now up to the plate as Abrams misses on the 0-1 pitch upstairs. So a runner at second base, 1 out. The 7th grader doing a little bit of damage.
I was just about to ask. You did say 7th grade, right?
Correct.
She pitches for them also.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, she played left field the last time they were here. She's playing short tonight. That pitch fouled straight back. So the early walk and then the RBI doubles put DeSoto Central up in this big second-round matchup. Both teams in 7A trying to get to the state championship game.
Well, in the North, there are definitely 4 good teams left.
That ball's going to get by Stokes, and Jamison will get to third base.
And you know this from your playing days, but I think softball even more so, the walk, the game is a little smaller, and so each thing adds up a little more. And they put some good swings on him early, even the ones that missed.
Well, the Lady Jaguars did sweep Clinton in round 1, and the games were a little bit closer than what Lewisburg experienced with Tupelo. But anytime you have a crosstown rival, it's going to be tight no matter what, especially in playoff.
I tell you, with Coach Hurley down at Clinton, I would have liked to have seen Coach Bumpus and Coach Hurley go at it, because that's 2 intense ladies right there.
That pitch out to the second baseman. She does make the play. That's McCaskill for the second out, so the runner stays at third base. And now Colby Young hitting 264. She's the pitcher. Chance to help her own cause here.
My team in the summers faced Colby a bunch of times, and she's yet to disappoint.
Colby started on the mound against the Lady Patriots in that last game here. Was relieved for by Jamison, I talked about earlier, and then Colby came back in the game to pitch, which is a little bit unusual in softball where you can do that. The runner at third base here. Lady Jaguars up 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, now 2-0. Emma Abrams trying to get the Patriots back to the dugout.
Tell you another player out here, Leona Claire Stokes, behind the plate for the Patriots. It's fun to watch.
She is. She does a great job defensively. She is a leader, always in a ready position. 2 balls, no strikes. That pitch just in there for strike 1. Good pitch, low and away. Patriots really good defensively, although they made some miscues the last time these two teams played to let DeSoto Central back in this. That ball hit foul. Lady Patriots with just 2 seniors. So both teams relatively young. We'll talk a lot more about that as the game progresses.
Yep.
The weather, I mean, it came a gully washer about 30 hour right before the game. They didn't have the tarp on the field because they didn't see that there was a big chance. That ball driven into right center field is going to play to run, and it's 2-0. So hit it where you pitch it. And now the Jaguars up 2-0. As Colby Young helped herself out there with the RBI single. Now Michaela Johnson coming to the plate. But I was saying about the weather, the field did dry up for the most part. They did get the tarp out for that second wave of rain that came in.
Field looks good.
Yep. There's a few mud spots in certain spots on the field, but very playable.
Into run for Colby Young is Addison Avent, and if you want to see a fast girl, let her get stretched out here.
Michaela Johnson, the catcher, hitting 274 coming into tonight. And that pitch down low, LK Stokes. A nice block, keeping the runner at first base.
Speaking of speed, it reminds me a lot of you and me.
Yeah, I did lead my team in stolen bases. You make fun.
Hey, not at all.
That pitch up and away. Now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Athlete's athlete.
That pitch in there for strike 2. Up and away. Now we got a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runner at first base, 2-0 early lead for the Lady Jaguars.
So a few pitches ago, she got one down on the border. Got that one at the top. And if she can find a way to stay in those 2 spots, she's going to be hard to hit.
That pitch just missed up in the letters. Now full count. Thanks for all you joining in tonight. That pitch missed. And ball 4. Emma Abrams thought she had it. That pitch was just a bit low. Second walk issued by Abrams. PanRight Productions being broadcast on YouTube. We've done several softball and baseball games throughout the year. Great camera work, good production. You can see there that center field camera working tonight, giving you a good view behind Abrams as Stokes gets her signals from the coach. Coach Brooke Vandeverst, really proud of this Lady Patriot team, and she should be. Pitch in there for strike 1. This is Caitlin Short, the third baseman, hitting .293 on the year. Jaguars only have 2 home runs on the season. Runners at first and second, that pitch up and away. Throw back to second base. Not in time. Head coach Bumpus giving out the signals there. One pitch in. And the runners are going to move up. Smart base run in there. It just came out of the glove of Stokes. And Jaguar runners took advantage of it.
So little bitty things right there. Ball in the dirt, runners pay attention. And so now single scores 2 instead of 1.
Yep.
Good heads up base running. I'd like to say I taught her that, but I don't think I did.
2-1 count upstairs, 3-1. You do have a base open, which would force a force out. 2 outs. Jaguars off to a great start here in the top of the first inning. 3-1 count. Third baseman short at the plate. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there, just blew it right by her.
So now's that Cajun fastball right there. Now's the time. It's kind of weird, but DC will, no matter what happens, will leave this inning with, that's a great start. And the way it has gone, if Lewisburg gets out of it right now, that's about as good as they could ask for the way it started.
Yeah.
So big pitch right here.
Abrams delivers a 3-2 pitch. That ball's belted out into right field as Woods gives chase and can't make the play. That's going to be at least 2 runs, and Short will stand at third base on the triple. I thought Woods was going to be able to make a play on that, but it looked like she got a little bit turned around. Ball was hit really well. Now 4-0.
Ball kind of left over the plate there, and Short took advantage of it, stays on it, drives it to the right.
Now Caleb Gilbert, the assistant coach, will go out to talk to his team, mainly the infielders. Just maybe, what's he telling them right now, Shaker?
I think right now it's we got to put this fire out, give her a breather if nothing else, just slow the game back down. They probably feel a little more pressure than they, came out feeling ready, kind of got punched in the mouth a little bit. So now let's just slow it back down and get out of it. And then once you come in to hit, it's in the first. I don't have to score 4.
No.
I need to answer back and go put up some zeros.
And this is exactly what DeSoto Central faced in that last meeting we talked about in that 11-10 Lewisburg win. Lewisburg was up, I think, 11-2 in that game, and DeSoto Central just kept clawing back. They'd score 1 or 2, and actually the play at the plate was the last out of the game. So,
yep.
And that would have tied it up. Now DeSoto Central returning the favor with a 4 spot here in the top of the first, and they're still not out of it, as Kaylee Tucker will stand in with a runner at third, sitting 175.
They'll say the 2-out RBIs get you to heaven.
And that one, said she went. And strike 1. Pitch looked like it was in the dirt, and I didn't think she swung all the way around.
No, I think Lewisburg may have gotten away with one right there.
Abrams getting her sign, trying to get this Lady Patriot team back to the dugout. Swung on, ground ball to third base. She'll go over to first. That's Leah Walker, and they finally retire the side. So 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 runner left stranded will head to the bottom of the first inning. And the Lady Jaguars up early, 4-0. We'll be right back. And welcome back, folks. PanRight Productions, Michael Plumley, Shaker Turner. And for those of you who are tuning in, if you would like to put a sponsorship together, we have that right here for you on the screen. A lot of different package options. Great way to support the Patriot program in all sports. Reach out to Josh at PanRight TV. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as the broadcast continues. And the Patriots now will start things off with a ground ball to shortstop. Jamison makes a play. A hard hit ball by Leah Walker, who leads it off. And much like DeSoto Central, the leadoff man retired, or lady retired. And now Kara Walker. So the lineup for the Lewisburg Lady Patriots: Leah Walker led it off. Kara Walker now at the plate. L.K. Stokes hitting third. Anna Eder, Bailey Davis, Peyton Moss, Emma Abrams, Carly Woods, Leah Navarez. As Kara will stand in with one out, hitting .385. Leah hit that ball sharply. She was hitting .474. Yeah.
Kara just fouled it off that guy's back. Missile.
I missed it. I was looking at the lineup. Hope he's okay. Swing and a miss there.
He walked away.
So Colby Young will be the starting pitcher for the Lady Jaguars. 16-5 on the year with a 1.64 ERA. She's the workhorse. That ground ball to third base to short. She'll fire to first to Tucker to get the second out of the inning. So a 6-3, 5-3 start for Colby Young. It's exactly what you want with that 4-run lead. Make them put it in play.
Oh, for sure. As a coach, you get a lead and then walk a few. There's nothing more frustrating than that.
Yeah.
She came out, filled it up. Defense makes plays. That's how you do it.
So LK will now come in hitting .404 on the year. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Young gets that fastball in there. Or actually probably took a little bit off of that. Nonetheless, got it in the zone and ahead of the hitter. That pitch downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. It was looking like it was going to rain again, and well, I'm hoping not, because we do have a tarp. So if we need to pull the tarp, we can do that over our equipment here. Hopefully it'll hold off. The weather's beautiful right now. Not hot, not cold. I've sat in this seat with toboggan and gloves on earlier in the season.
This is Michael Plumley weather right here.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Shorts and flip-flops. 2 balls, 1 strike. Colby Young delivering to Stokes. She fouled it straight in that Patriot dugout. Hopefully nobody got hurt in there. There's a good camera view. A lot of smiles on the face.
I tell you, I appreciate y'all letting me do this and having me out. This production is very is very well done. It's professional. It's high class.
And we've done a lot of different ones, and I can tell you by far this is the most professional that I've ever seen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That pitch just missed downstairs. But you got center field cameras. You got, cameras over both dugout, one behind home plate here where we're sitting. And you're not going to see, this production is better than most minor league baseball productions. And I've watched a few of those. That ball's driven into the hole. And the first hit for the Lady Patriots will come via L.K. Stokes.
So here's one right behind her that definitely cut this lead in half with one swing.
Anna Etter, the first baseman, hitting .362 on the year.
So going back to this nice production, and then they hand it over to you, huh?
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to do it.
No, you do a great job.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, like you said, you've got to call multiple sports, and you fit right in every time.
Well, it's easy to do when you love sports. L.K. Stokes on the move, and she'll get in there with the stolen base and move that runner into scoring position on the swing and miss. Etter with 1 home run on the year. So a little, I haven't felt it yet, but Shaker's saying that there's a little bit of rain falling. I do see a few sprinkles. That ball hit fairly hard, but foul. Etter down, no balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Yeah, we got the tarp covering everything now. Hopefully we can maybe pull it over our head if it really starts to downfall. Try to keep our paper dry. Two balls, 2 strikes as Colby Young will look into head coach Bumpus. 2-2 pitch, ground ball to the second baseman, Dale. She'll flip over to first base and get the out. And that'll do it for the Patriots here in the bottom of the first inning. 3 ground balls, 1 base hit, no runs. We head to the top of the second inning. Lady Jaguars up early, 4-0. We'll be right back. Stay with us. As we head into the top of the second inning, a little light rain falling right now. Nothing really heavy at the moment, as the 9-hole hitter will lead things off for the Lady Jaguars here. Maddie Hudson, the left fielder, hitting .274. Really important inning shaker for the Lady Patriots. Keep this a 4-0 game.
Really need a 0 right here, and maybe she could find, in the past few outings I've seen Emma, she's had a little curveball working well, and like it kind of flattened out in the first, and maybe we'll get that back, and she gets ahead right here, so there's a good sign.
Hudson, the slap hitter, way out in front of that one. Righty on lefty matchup here. Swung on, a ground ball to Kara Walker, who'll fire it to first, and a great dig by Anna Eder.
Nice pick.
The throw was low, but not a challenge for Eder. She scooped it up and got the leadoff runner for the second time in as many innings. And Landon Armstrong now will come to the plate. She grounded out third. Lead it off in the top of the first. We're back at the top of the order for the Lady Jags.
Tell you, London Armstrong is so strong, athletic. Dad played football at Ole Miss, longtime coach around DeSoto County, and definitely passed on some athleticism to his child.
London playing center field tonight. Hitting the count, 1 ball, no strikes. And she'll call timeout as Abrams trying to get the signal. A couple of times they've been late getting that pitch out to Abrams. She got it that time right on the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Find a way to stay right there, and it'll be tough to score.
I agree. She's gotten that high outside strike, now the low one a couple of times. That one inside for ball 2. 2 walks already issued by Abrams, which is not like her. Usually really good with command. Could be a bit of playoff jitters. Swung on, foul back, evens the count. Anytime you get in the playoff games, yeah, the regular season is, one thing.
Yep.
But playoff is entirely different because if you lose, you're out. You go home, your season's over with.
The high school travel ball battle, they don't usually get along.
No.
But no matter how good the talent you play in the summer, you can never duplicate the atmosphere of high school playoff ball.
There's a strikeout, the first one of the game. Pitched down and in, got London. So Darby Smith will now come to the plate with 2 outs here. So Abrams doing a job here in the top half. Smith walked her last time up, scored a run on that double from Michaela Jamison, who stands on deck. And that one fouled back. So Abrams trying to fill up the zone, doing a much better job of it this inning.
And as you know, it seems in this game, you get 2 quick outs, that third one gets really tough.
Yep.
And
especially a 2-hole hitter.
walked her last time, get another shot at it right here with a big out.
315, yeah, 315 hitter. That ball got away from everybody. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. As McCaskill and Eder talking it over at second and first, just making sure, ground, that probably talking about that ground ball in the hole or where she likes to hit it. 1-1 pitch upstairs, 2-1 now. We talked about it before, how young both of these teams are. So not very many seniors out on the field. Here in the second round of the 7A playoffs. Swing and a miss, good pitch. It's the one she got Armstrong out on.
Speaking to the talent around our area, 3 of the last 4 teams in the north are in the county, and they're all fairly young. Don't graduate a lot, so maybe some good battles for a few years.
Definitely 2-2 pitch driven out to center field. Davis will give chase. That ball's off the top of the wall, but they'll hold her to a single as I'm not sure Darby Smith thought that was going to get over the head of Davis, but it did. Hit right on the top of the wall. Almost got out of here. So a 2-out hit, just what you said. It's tough to get that third out once you get the first two quick. Now the dangerous 7th grader, Michaela Jamison, who doubled and drove in that first run tonight, hitting 400 coming into tonight's game, will stand on the line in the batter's box.
She's on it, Bubba.
So runner at first.
I'm not sure you can get much closer to the plate.
That pitch fouled straight back, right behind us. I like it.
I love it.
Didn't like it as a pitcher, but I didn't pitch much anyway.
So bringing that up, do you think, is that something Abrams notices and nervous?
Definitely.
Or
Pitch in there off of the shoulder of Stokes, and the runner, Smith, will trot into second base. Now the runner in scoring position. So just got away from Stokes. She tried to block it up. It took a bad hop. One ball, one strike. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Pitch upstairs. She laid off of it.
Coach Hill for Lewisburg, I'm pretty sure Jameson plays for him in the summer. So I'm sure he wants her to do well, but just not right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of that between these two teams. 2-1 pitch. And that pitch in there, right at the knees for strike 2, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We are in the second with a runner at second.
Michael, I didn't notice in the first at bat, but does she always stand here, or is this something, an adjustment to Abrams with maybe success in the past with that curveball on the outside?
As far as I've seen her at the plate, she's always been right there.
Okay.
And that pitch she just got a piece of on that off speed that you just mentioned. Three umpires on the field tonight in this playoff game. Caught a bunch of games this year, both baseball and softball, and I got to tell you, the umpiring crews have been superb. Swing and a miss, got her. And that'll end the inning as well, leaving the runner stranded at second base. So a good outing there in the second for Abrams. And we'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Your Lady Patriots down 4-0. We'll be right back. And we're back here at Lewisburg High School, home of the Lady Patriots, in the second round playoff action. Bailey Davis, Peyton Moss, Emma Abrams will be due up for the Lady Patriots. I was talking to Coach Vanderverse before the game. A couple of things that she wants to see tonight is limit the errors. That haunted them in the last game. Stay aggressive on the base pass. And the last and most important, we got to jump on the pitching. We got to get to the bullpen. So far, Colby Young doing a good job for DeSoto Central. Just gave up the one hit there in the first inning, but 3 ground balls.
I'll tell you, both teams seem to be executing their plan then. Colby fills up the zone. Lewisburg's aggressive, attacking it early, and just playing good defense.
That's what you got to do in these playoff games. You got to play sound defense because the level of these teams and the competition, I would say, and the talent, defense often will make or break you. And that pitch just misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bailey Davis hitting .337. She does lead the Patriots in home runs with 4.
Been noticing that flag in center field blowing right at us.
Yeah. Couple of balls have hit off the wall already, though.
That's true.
2-1 pitch, ground ball, and that's going to get off the glove of Jamison, and it's going to be a base hit for Bailey Davis. So a leadoff runner on, exactly what Coach Vanderverst talked about before the game. And now let's see what they do on the base pass because they are the most aggressive base runners I've seen in a long time.
So I was going to ask, you've seen them more than I have, but I know it's down 4. You don't want to make an out here. But it's early, and if that's your game and it's aggressive, you still have to play run,
Agreed.
bunt, whatever you do.
I don't know if you're in a bunt situation right now, but certainly you want to stay aggressive. Hit and run would be an option here. She's going to be aggressive with her players.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. Put so much pressure on the defense. You get out of position. Peyton Moss now will stand in. .360 hitter. The left fielder swing and a miss on that one.
There was no bunt or hit and run on the line there.
Yep. If you're the Patriots here, you just one at a time.
That's it.
It's still early in the game. 7 innings. You got to play. And she does square around a bunt, and Colby Young's going to field it. And, wow, Coach Vanderverst really upset because she knew that she could have gotten – that's Davis out there running on the bunt. So sacrifice for Peyton Moss will bring up Emma Abrams. 2 home runs to her credit as well, and a chance to help her on calls here with a runner now in scoring position. But the reason Vanderverst was so upset is that the third base crashed along with the pitcher and first baseman. The shortstop went to cover second and nobody at third base. And Davis didn't see it and checked up there at second base where she stands now, swing and a miss. Young get ahead of the hitter.
Speaking of intense, I don't think Coach Vanderverst could have done more to get her attention.
No, her shirt tail was tucked, and it's now untucked. And that pitch fouled off, and she's down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. So Young trying to get a strikeout here with a runner at second.
Now we're at a .02 to, got to get something done here, get a runner moved or scored. But Abrams, if I'm not mistaken, has a couple home runs, right? Did you say that already?
Yeah, 2 home runs, hitting .238 coming into the game. She does have a lot of power. That ball way outside. Tried to get her to fish for it. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Base hit scores a run. I mean, four runs is not tough to come back from.
No.
Change up, and that ball's driven out to right center field. Armstrong will make the catch. And the second out recorded. So Abrams put it in play, but not deep enough to move the runner over to third. So Carly Woods now standing in. The right fielder hitting .333 as Coach Bumpus will come out and adjust her defense accordingly.
It's like Armstrong's shades are a little bit towards right field and center.
Yep, right fielder coming in just a little bit. And that pitch in there for strike 1. So you go back to the bunt and not having the runner go to third base. That would have scored on that fly ball. So that's why Vanderverse was so upset in that third base coach's box. Swung on. That's a base hit. No, Jameson's going to catch it and make the throw and get the out. I thought it was for sure base hit, but the range of the seventh grader at short made an outstanding play, and that'll do it for the Lady Patriots. They do get a hit. They leave that runner stranded. We head to the bottom or top of the third, rather. Lady Jaguars up 4-0. We'll be right back. Bottom of the third inning. And a score update. Hernando in round 2 against Germantown High School. They got an early 3-2 lead in the top of the second inning down in Germantown. So the other DeSoto County team that we were talking about ahead early as well. That ball fouled out of play. This will be Kaylee Tucker. I'm sorry, Reagan Dell is leading it off for the Lady Jags here in the top of the third inning. Well, we got the tarp off the equipment.
The wind picked up.
Wind's picked up from center field. Good crowd on hand tonight. That pitch fouled back. Abrams ahead in the count 0-2. So DeSoto Central trying to build on the 4-0 lead. They scored 4 in that top of the first inning.
So you bring that up. We talked about Lewisburg's plan to get back in it. If you're Coach Bumpus, you're just trying your best to score 1 inning now, whatever I have to do to scratch 1.
Well, I think, she talked about it earlier. You'd stay aggressive, keep the grind, keep the grit, pedal to the metal, don't let off. I think is exactly her message to her team. And I mean, look at the plays they're making defensively too. So to keep that 4-run lead intact. Just 1 strikeout in the game so far. That pitch is going to be fouled off. Count will stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sorry, Abrams struck out 2 in the last inning. Those are only 2 strikeouts in the game so far. And that's swung on and looped into foul territory. So Dell, who flied out to the second baseman her first time up, 292 hitter coming into the game. 53rd pitch on the way from Emma Abrams in a 1-2 count. Here in the top of the third.
Say 53?
Yep. Upcoming 53rd pitch. And there's a ground ball right back to her. Pitcher's best friend, number 2. You want pitcher's best friends to double play, but those are even better. Right back at you and make the play. And the first out retired for the 3rd consecutive inning for Emma Abrams. Now Colby Young, who delivered that RBI single back in the 4-run first inning, will come to the plate. She came in tonight hitting .264 and helped her own cause.
It's another pitcher's friend when you knock in runs for yourself.
Absolutely. That ball fouled straight back as Stokes will give chase, but it hits the netting. And Abrams already ahead in the count.
And Emma's had some success tonight going inside and getting in close to him, and maybe that's an adjustment she's starting to make.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, she's gotten a couple of those pitches on the outside part of the plate. Now the Jaguar hitters inching up on the batter's box, and that pitch down and in evens the count.
You got to show hitters you have all the pitches.
Right. Defense set for Lewisburg. Walker sisters on the left side, McCaskill and Etter on the right. Moss, Davis, and Woods, the outfield.
Bring up those Walker sisters. They're not bad either.
Leah, the senior third baseman. Kara, just a sophomore. Outfielders, a couple misplayed balls already for Lewisburg.
Yeah,
that pitch in there for strike two evens the count.
So you talk about that defense and playoff times, and
yeah.
And both balls you're talking about were well hit balls, and you got to go a long way to get there. But if you want to win at real high levels, then those are the plays that separate sometimes.
Agree. Swing and a miss, strikeout, number 3 on the night for Abrams, as she got Colby Young up and away. And now 2 outs. Michaela Johnson, who walked and scored a run.
Coach Bumpus not taking anything for granted. She's got the lead, but just in case, Jameson's over here in the bullpen getting ready.
Exactly. Just in case. She talked about that earlier before the game.
So Lewisburg, when we come up back, they'll be at the 9 spot. So that's one time through the lineup. Does that factor in, or is it surely it's straight off of success that you're having, but start paying a little more attention now?
Well, yeah, certainly for the Lady Patriots, it's, first time seeing the Young, get a second opportunity. And I don't see Bumpus making a change right now. I mean, Colby's done a really good job of keeping the ball down, letting her defense make plays behind her, and you got a 4-run lead. Probably just keeping Jamison loose just in case. She didn't want what happened to them last time happen tonight. So 2 outs here for Michaela Johnson. She's ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. That pitch in there for strike 2, right on the inside part of the plate. That ball moved about 6 inches. Swing and a miss, got her upstairs. And Emma Abrams starting to rack up the strikeouts now. The 4th one, and that back-to-back strikeouts will end it. And a first 3 up, 3 down inning for Emma Abrams will head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Lady Jags up 4-0. We'll be right back. And this is another PanRight TV production. Michael Plumley, Shaker Turner on the call. And the bracket here in the north half looks a bit like this. So as we talked about, Lewisburg swept Tupelo, DeSoto Central swept Clinton. Down in the other bottom part of that, Hernando and Madison Central going just 2 games, and Oxford and Germantown. Germantown getting the better half of Oxford there. They're playing tonight. Hernando's up in that game 3-2. And you know the deal here, 4-0. Lady Jags on top here in the bottom of the third inning for the Patriots. It'll be Kylie McCaskill and then back to the top of the order. So we talked about, there was no pitching change there as Colby Young still in and got ahead of McCaskill early. She's given up 2 hits, 4 ground balls. And I'm not sure if Colby
felt something there, huh?
Yeah. The first baseman went over, Tucker went over to check on her as the home plate umpire dusted off the plate, but she's back at it. That pitch in there for strike 2. Now ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. She's clearly looking into the dugout. I'm not sure if it's just getting pitches or.
She doesn't look comfortable, whatever it is.
Yeah, and that pitch was awfully low in velocity. There's a ground ball to the first baseman, Tucker. She'll field it and step on the bag. Easy play there. So 1 out recorded on the 3 unassisted. If you're scoring at home, which you're probably not. I'll do it for you. Now back to the top of the order, Leah Walker. Hard ground ball to the shortstop on the first pitch that she saw in that bottom of the first inning. Hitting .474. It's incredible.
Yeah, this, I want to say in the last game here, the Walker sisters led off maybe back-to-back double-double.
That's right.
Up 1-0.
Yep. Maybe they could do it here with 1 out in the bottom of the third and get back in this one. They don't take too many pitches, I'll tell you that. As we talked about, that pitch up and out of the zone, she fouled it out of play.
And when they do swing, they're not looking to dribble one through the infield.
They are not.
Trying to knock somebody down with it.
So the Lewisburg baseball team playing Hernando, which is another DeSoto County matchup in the second round of the baseball 7A playoffs. Lewisburg with a 2-0 lead. I think they were in the top of the third at Hernando.
Middle of third. Just
middle of the third. So Coach Cagle in his last year trying to repeat that state championship.
It's hard to win, too.
Hard to win, too. They didn't even win the district this year. It's how tough it's been. Hernando and Oxford. But,
Coach Hogger does a really good job down in Oxford.
Yeah. Lewisburg, I think, finished third in the district, which that's the first time that's happened. I can't even remember how long for Lewisburg.
Well, you can't break records of coming from the lowest to win a state championship if you don't start there.
That's right.
What they're doing.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Leah Walker here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Colby Young with the delivery. Swung on, and that's popped up. Easy play there for Tucker in foul territory. So she took something off of that shaker and got her.
Got her out front. Speaking of the Walker sisters and a blast from your past, they both hit with your old teammate Bill Selby, and the knock somebody down with it. Somebody's instilled it in them.
Yep. Yeah, I was talking to their dad, Tim, who is running the PA for this game tonight. Very proud of his girls, he should be, as Kara now stands in with 2 outs here. Kara hit a ground ball to the third baseman in the first inning.
She's interesting to watch. You talk about playoffs and pressure and all, and I'm not sure Kara has felt pressure in her career.
Yeah, she doesn't look like it. Very poised. That ball fouled straight back. And count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Definitely carries herself more on the veteran status.
Agree. Colby Young about to throw her 30th pitch. So in comparison, that ball's drilled out to right center field. or right field and hit the base of the wall. Walker's going to stand up at second base with a 2-out double. She drilled that one right over the right fielder Smith's head, hit the base of the wall. And just what you talked about, the aggressive swings there paid off for her.
They need one more right here. Try to get a run this inning.
So Leona Claire will come to the plate. Stokes singled her first time up, so another base hit would score a run for the Lady Patriots. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, runner at second base. Walker takes a knee out there. Now she's ready. And that swung on and flied out to the second baseman. So she swings at the first pitch, and Colby Young gets out of it, giving up the 2-out double, leaves the runner there. She's done that all 3 innings. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Man, this game's going by pretty fast. 4-0 Lady Jaguars. We'll be right back. And the weather's kind of held off for us here as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Lady Jaguars, Caitlin Short, who tripled her first time up. Coming into tonight's game, a .293 hitter. That pitch downstairs. Patriots down in this one 4-0 here in the 4th inning. Game's moving pretty quick.
We're talking about trying to just ease back in, you know, get a 1 or 2 here and there. And it's getting to the point now you're talking about the game moving quickly. Some of the ones we haven't gotten coming up big now.
Yeah, really one missed opportunity on the sacrifice bunt and then an eventual fly ball that would have scored had the runner moved to third base. Outside of that, Colby Young's thrown a fantastic game.
Really good.
As Jamison continues to warm up over here for the Lady Jags. And that ball gets past the catcher Stokes, and the 3rd walk issued, and that's the leadoff runner on for the first time tonight for the Lady Jags. Now Kaylee Tucker at the plate. 1 runner on, nobody out. Tucker hit a ground ball to the third baseman, Leah Walker, to end the 1st inning, that big 1st inning for DeSoto Central. She squares around the bunt and puts a beauty down as Abrams will field it, throw on to first, but moves the runner up. This is a sacrifice for Tucker. And now Maddie Hudson, the 9-hole hitter, up to the plate. She grounded out to Kara Walker at shortstop. Her first time up.
Had the help of a big pick from Eder.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a leadoff in the 2nd inning. After giving up 4 runs in the first, Abrams has settled down and put up 2 zeros. In the second and third inning, it's only given up 1 hit in those 2 innings after giving up 3. And there's a ground ball bunt. And Leah Walker will make the play. Boy, she got to that ball quick and got the speedster Hudson.
She did get to it quick and needed every bit of it.
The runner does move up, though, on back-to-back sacrifices. Now 2 outs for London Armstrong. You talked about it. Bumpus kind of keeps scratching, trying to add to that 4-run lead. Runner just 60 feet away now. Abram looks in, gets her signal. Now she's set. Armstrong grounded out to third and struck out in the second. It's a big out here for Lewisburg.
Left and right, kind of hugging the lines a little bit.
That ball driven down the right field line as Woods gives chase, dives, and doesn't make the play. That was a great effort. Thought she may have had a chance at it, but that ball kept moving off the right-hander's bat towards that way. It's a tough play, but she made a good effort. Now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Speaking of the tail on the ball there, it's kind of inside out. Emma Abrams does a good job getting inside, keeping it off the barrel a little bit.
Yeah, working it in and out. She's done a really good job outside of the first inning. Kind of settled in to her game plan. 1-1 pitch. Throw down at third base. Didn't get her. As Abrams wanted that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Abrams thought maybe Stokes.
She's quick.
Had Short napping over there at third base. Love the aggressive play by the catcher. She'll throw behind the runner in a heartbeat.
And I like not scared to do it down.
2-1 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, Kara Walker. She fields it clean, makes a clean throw, and they'll leave that runner right there at third base. So a good inning for the Lady Patriots. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. They're down 4-0, though. Got to get some runs. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to Lewisburg High School, PanRight TV Productions. We talked about it a little bit earlier. You can scan that barcode here for some sponsorship opportunities. Do have all the packages, and those packages are for an entire year. So we'll be covering football, maybe some basketball, certainly softball and baseball. And if you have any questions, scan that barcode, send Josh an email. It does a great job and be a good way for you to advertise your business in support of Lewisburg High School sports. As Anna Etter will lead things off for us here for the Lady Patriots here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That pitch in there for strike. She grounded out to second. Patriots with no strikeouts in this game so far. Colby Young doing a nice job just throwing 1 ground ball after another. Giving up 3 hits, 1 hit in each inning. All of them left stranded. That pitch in there just missed.
Good job tonight of using her off speed. And, you know, she's I don't want this to sound like she doesn't throw with any velocity, but she's not dominant velocity, but has pitched the game.
Yep.
Kept them off balance and keeps getting these ground balls and has done a really good job.
Well, that's the effect, right? I mean, if you see a pitcher getting a bunch of ground balls, then that means they're changing speeds. Hitters are out in front. A couple of them have been hard hit. Hardest one hit in that last inning by Kara Walker off that right field wall, but she was left stranded. Header tried to set back, grounds it to Jamison at short. She'll make the play. So every ground ball hit so far has been fielded pretty clean by DeSoto Central. No errors in this game. And that's exactly what you want for Colby Young and Coach Bumpus. Now Bailey Davis, who singled back in the second inning, will stand in with one out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Should have hit through the 6-hole, correct?
Correct. Off-speed pitch in there for strike one. Hudson, Armstrong, Smith in the outfield for the Jaguars. Short, Jamison, Dell, and Tucker moving left to right. Johnson behind the plate. Colby Young dealing on the mound. Pitch upstairs, evens the count, 1-1 strike.
In this situation, sometimes it's, we kind of got punched in the mouth and the reaction to that, and sometimes just settling into the game, but we don't look to be quite as aggressive early in counts as we were.
A little bit off. And just like that, swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. I mean, Young is about to throw her 37th pitch, so that tells you something there.
It's pretty efficient.
Yeah. She hadn't had many plus counts either.
No. And I tell you, I made a statement earlier about not dominant velocity, but she turned that one loose right there.
Yeah. It was up and away, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, I don't think she's gotten to 3 balls on any hitter. And just like that.
Old broadcaster curse. Got her.
3-2.
It's okay. You can do it to that team.
Man, nothing worse than watching an NFL game and it's in the field goal team out there. And he hadn't missed a field goal all year. That pitch fouled out of play.
I think my goal on any broadcast.
Oh, nice what a play by one of the fans out there in right field. Got it on camera, too. Good job, Josh.
I'm just trying to get to Tony Romo status as play caller here.
Well, number one, you're not an NFL quarterback.
No, I'm not.
3 balls and 2 strikes here to Bailey Davis. Swung on, driven out to left field. If it stays fair, it's a home run, but it does move foul. Boy, she does lead the team in home runs with 4, and that would have been number 5 if
it was foul, but that was scaring the tennis courts out there. I know you mentioned it, and we got it on video. I'm not sure the guy that just made that play got enough credit for that.
He was on the run. I mean, he made a play. The ball's a little bit bigger, though, but he did make the play.
Yeah, he did.
Had some hands on him. 3-2 pitch. Davis fighting, and she gets the walk on the upstairs pitch.
Good at bat.
First walk issued by Colby Young tonight. And the Patriots with a runner on here with 1 out. And Coach Bumpus will make a trip out to the mound after that one. What do you think she's telling her team now?
I don't know. That's pretty tough. You get 1 walk, and I got to come talk to you. Probably just the same. Like just making sure they're on the same page. They know what to do. Maybe going over a bunt. What are we going to do here? Or ball and gap. Who's got what? Or could just calm them down. On
the other hand, what do you think Coach Vanderverse is telling her team?
I think you may be pushing right here. Like this. Let's figure out this inning right now. Like here's our chance. We got a runner. This part of the lineup had a little bit of success last time. Let's find a way to get on the board right now. Let's do it.
Yeah, runner on first. And
does Bailey have stolen bases? Do you have any of that?
One moment, please.
You're best in the biz, man. You're doing it all. Because if that's a possibility, this is probably a good time to do it.
12 stolen bases on the year and has not been caught stealing yet.
There we go.
Stokes leads the team in stolen bases with 26.
Oh, wow.
Peyton Moss now at the plate on the swing down and a throw down and got her. What a throw by Johnson. And that Jaguar dugout is fired up. So Peyton Moss swung through it upstairs, and a good throw by Johnson picks off the runner. Now 2 outs. And that's what you talk about, momentum. You know, we talked about it earlier. I was talking to Coach Bumpus a little bit earlier about, you know, having the momentum and keeping it. And that'll certainly help. Swing and a miss there. No balls and 2 strikes. You know, DeSoto Central's kind of feeling it. The momentum's certainly on their side right now.
Definitely is in that purple dugout right now. And this 0-2, if you can get Moss, that's a nail right there. We need to fight through this one if we can.
But just like the weather, momentum can change in a heartbeat. And once you get it, you know, it could be very helpful for a team that's down like Lewisburg is. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Moss. Swung on, fouled out. I don't think that guy was going to make that play.
No, that was a pretty good ways there.
He was looking, though.
Pretty good crowd out.
Really good crowd. Felt a little bit of a drizzle. The 1-2 pitch, that swung on, and it's going to be a tough play.
Chance.
And the second baseman, Dale, gave a pretty good chase but couldn't come up with it, as Moss continues to be a tough hitter up there. There's a good look at that Patriot dugout. A little bit different than the Jaguar dugout, as nervous faces and energy. And there's the first strikeout. Got her looking. And Colby Young took something off of that, got the inside part of the plate. And a 1-2-3 inning. First one for Colby Young and the Jaguars. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll be right back. Top of the 5th inning we go. 4-run lead for the Jaguars. 4-0 in this one, as Darby Smith will lead things off on a swing and a miss. Abrams still out there on the mound for the Lady Patriots. Outside of the 1st inning, Abrams has kind of settled into this one. Patriots just need a little bit of momentum we talked about in that last half inning.
And if they can find it, I've seen them score in bunches, so it is doable.
There's a play for somebody, and everybody got out of the way. I mean, come on. You got a guy out there in right field who can barely see making a play, and that ball clearly right there, and they got out of the way.
I mean, it's all about want to.
Yeah. No balls, 2 strikes to Darby Smith, 1 for 1 in the game, singled in the second, left stranded. 0-2 pitch down and away. Nobody in the bullpen for the Lady Patriots.
So this is one of those times as if you're a Patriot right here, not just a coach, but maybe Aaliyah Walker, somebody that's been here, you got to find a way, somebody be a spark.
Yeah.
Somebody try to spark this thing, and we'll follow.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, DeSoto Central took advantage of some timely hits and a couple of walks there in the first inning. Outside of that, good defensive game being played on both sides of the field. Now 2-2 count. Darby Smith. Sophomore, swing and a miss. Got the strikeout there. 5th strikeout on the game, and a good start here for Emma Abrams in the top of the 5th inning. As Michaela Jamison comes to the plate, 1 for 2 in the game, had a double in the first inning and struck out in the second. As I mentioned, the 7th grader. Unbelievable.
In the 3-hole for the 7A Final Four team.
Right.
And not only there, but getting it done.
Swing and a miss on that one as Abrams took a little bit off of that. Had her out front. Reagandale on deck. That's ball hit well to left field, and it is going to be a foul ball, but not by much.
She's still running. Must have been close.
Yeah, Jamison didn't get the foul signal. She was stretching that to a triple. She never let up. Down the count 0-2. Pretty good power for a 7th grader.
What's Coach Bumpus talking to Larry Walker about right here?
He is giving she is giving her 7th grader a little bit of a breather. I can assure you that's why that was called there. She took off running and never checked up and was going to have to get in there on an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch, swung on, and that's fouled off. This time she just takes 2 steps out of the batter's box.
I was just going to make a comment of the close balls and the foul balls and all, and the 2 out of the box is much easier when you're up 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as any type of coach, baseball or softball, that's what you want to teach. You want to teach 2 out of the box on contact. You don't see it a lot. But I'm going to tell you, the great players that make it to the next level and the level after that are those type of players. That pitch just up and out. No, she didn't go. I'll give you a perfect example. Now they asked. I mean, not sure what took them so long. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'll get back to my story here in just a second. Pitch down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We were talking about 2 out of the box. When my son was at Mississippi State, they had a shortstop, Jordan Westberg. And my wife and I were always commenting on his approach and effort that he puts into everything. That ball driven out to left field, right to Peyton Moss. Ball hit well. But Moss didn't have to make a step to make that play. But Westberg was always the first player on the field and the first player off the field. And when he hit, it was always a double out of the box. If he hit a ground ball, he hit a pop fly, it didn't matter. And I told my wife, and she and I talked about effort. And that's something you can, you can be weaker than somebody. You can be slower than somebody. But you can't ever take effort away. And Jordan was a perfect example that if everybody played the way that he played, they'd be so much better.
Yep.
And Jordan's now the starting second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles and having an incredible year. He got called up last year, hit 300. I mean, and that's a kid you knew back then, that he was going to be a special player.
It's weird how that works.
Yeah.
A former player here from Lewisburg, Dustin Skelton, the older of the Skelton brothers,
Yep.
played at La Tech. If you ask him today,
Dalton,
that's what I said. If you ask him today, what's the number one rule in baseball? She's fake bunts it there up in the count. He'll tell you 2 out of the box, coach.
2 out of the box. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Reagan Dell, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Abrams trying to get that Lady Patriot team back to the dugout to get something going for them. But Coach Vanderverse talked about staying aggressive, and that's what you want to teach. That ball just missed. Now 3-1. You can certainly hear the dugout for DeSoto Central.
Oh, it's 2 different
Yep.
things going on right now.
They got a drum session going in there. 3 balls, 1 strike. Upstairs Walker, 2-out walk.
Those never score.
I don't say never.
No,
They certainly don't score as much as the leadoff walk.
They score almost every time.
Well, Colby Young now at the plate, struck out her last time up, 1 for 2 in the game. Did get that RBI single in the first inning.
Yeah,
Outside of the first, ain't much happened in this game. A lot of good defense, a lot of good pitching.
There's just so much. Of course, my sarcasm a while ago, but the 2-out walk, because you're going well. You got a good spot. Now a stolen base or a dink or anything, and this is just a cheap run.
Yep. Colby Young looks at strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. I think Coach Bumpus going to try to get Dale to second base here.
I think if that's something that's part of our game, I think I do. I'm doing everything I can to get one right here.
Swing. Don't think she meant to swing, but she did. Now down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. She tries to laugh it off.
It goes back to the risk reward. So if I get thrown out, I'm still in a decent part of my order when I come back. I'm playing with the lead.
Yeah.
And if I can get there, now we're in much better shape. And the only thing standing between that is that's a pretty good thrower back here behind the plate.
0-2 pitch fouled off. Runner was not going. Yeah, both catchers doing a really good job tonight. Johnson on the Jaguar team already threw out 1.
That was a big throw out.
Big one. That was 1 out in the 4th inning. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Outside, up and away. Good crowd on hand tonight. It's crosstown rivals in the 2nd round of the 7A state playoffs. That pitch almost got away from Stokes, but she's able to corral it. Keep Dell over at first base. That's big. Hard to believe these 2 teams are already in 7A. Swing and a miss. Got her. Abrams running off the field in excitement there, as well she should be. 2 strikeouts in the inning.
That's 2 on Young.
Yep, 5 strikeouts in the game for Emma Abrams. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see if we can get some momentum on the Lady Patriots side. We'll be right back. They're down 4-0. So Emma Abrams will lead it off for us here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Patriots just 9 outs left in this game. They got to make the most of it. It's the 4th or 5th ranked team in the state playing the 21st ranked team here in the 7A playoffs in the north half.
I don't think anybody told Coach Bumpus and her crew that
no.
Ranked behind them.
We certainly are. In game 1, it's always important. Any game's important in the playoffs, but if you can get game 1, you put so much more pressure on the other team. 1 ball, no strikes. That's a soft hit ball over to first base, and not going to be in time. No, the ball gets away, and Stokes will, or Abrams rather, will get the infield hit. Man, that was a kind of a cue right off of her bat, and Tucker tried to make a play on it.
I think Darby Smith may have missed an opportunity right there because I think Emma took a step towards second.
Right.
And they let her come back. And some people were yelling, but I don't guess she heard them or saw it. Oh. How big would that have been?
So it looks like Trebbiani will be the pinch runner for Lewisburg. Freshman does have 2 stolen bases. Now lead off runner on for the first time tonight, or the second time tonight for Lewisburg. Can the momentum swing now? Carly Woods at the plate. She's going to try to sacrifice her over and bunts it foul. Woods grounded out to short her last time up.
Like we're kind of running maybe a little early, and then it may have been a called bunt for hit, but
yeah, I don't know. Down 4 runs, you could go either way. If you can get 1, that's good. And squaring around again, and she does put the bunt down. Only play is to first, and they do get the sacrifice. So good job by Carly Woods doing what her team's asked her to do, and does move Trebbiani to second base.
So decision time for, on those for Coach Vanderburst is, we talked earlier about playing, getting our runs, but you brought up we got 9 outs left. Now it's a little different. So
now 8.
Yeah, now 8.
So runner at second for Kylie McCaskill, who grounded out to the first baseman Tucker her first time up. Looks at ball 1 upstairs. So now Coach Vanderburst trying to get her team pumped up here. If they can get 1 here, it's a little bit different ball game.
Just to crack the seal a little bit.
Yeah.
Get you to believe we can score.
0-1 pitch, the 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Evens the count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-0, DeSoto Central on top. We're late in this game now in the bottom of the 5th. There's a changeup driven out to right field. It's going to be deep enough to get the runner to third. Here comes the throw, not going to be in time. So move the runner up on the fly ball to right field.
So 2 outs are at third, and
you got the top of the order up now.
It's a pretty good top.
Yep. So Leah Walker, who has grounded out to shortstop and flew out to the first baseman in foul territory.
I think she's getting off speeds right here.
I'm not sure what she's getting, but I'm going to be willing to guess she swings the first pitch, and she does. Right to the second baseman, Dell, who flips over to first and gets the out and retires the side. So the leadoff man stranded again, and no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. That's 4 runners left on base for the Patriots. They're down 4-0. And we'll be right back. Top of the 6th inning we go. Michaela Johnson, Caitlin Short, and Kaylee Tucker will be the hitters due up for the Lady Jaguars. Emma Abrams, 15-1 on the season. She's got 1 loss. Down in this one, 4-0.
Was the one the first game of the year at Saltillo? I don't know who pitched that night.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That pitch misses now. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, that was a close one right there. Could have gone either way, but you brought him up earlier. I think Larry Walker's done a pretty good job back here tonight. Pretty consistent.
I agree. 6 strikeouts for Abrams against 3 walks. That pitch in there for strike 1. Yeah, Walker's done a great job behind the plate. Home plate umpire.
Connected
Stokes.
to another Ole Miss football player. His son, Allen, played at Ole Miss, linebacker.
Didn't know that. That pitch downstairs, now 3-1. Don't want to put the leadoff man on here.
No, you definitely don't want to put any more leadoff runners on. They got 6 outs to go, both teams, and you got to find a way to, not to say the obvious, but this is what it is. I got to do 4 runs better with my 6 outs, so you can't give them any.
3-1 pitch on the way. That ball popped up. Second baseman McCaskill camps under it, makes the play. And that's how you fight off the 3-1. If you're Abrams.
That's right. Yeah,
Throw it in there, make them hit it.
And that's the thing. You played pretty solid defense. You know, there's a couple things you may have done better, but nothing crazy tonight. No misplays. Just throw it in there. Don't walk them. Make them hit it.
Caitlin Short, the third baseman, will down bat with 1 out here, and that pitch up and away as the rain starts to fall a little bit. Not heavy.
I can't believe you didn't bring me an umbrella.
I didn't bring myself an umbrella. Josh took care of us with a tarp, though.
That's right. Hey, I tell you, this whole thing I've noticed over this year, first-class production.
Absolutely. That was a strike on the outside part of the plate. Evens the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch number 96 on the way from Abrams. Most of those pitches, are at least a fourth of them, happen in the first inning.
Yes.
Swung on, driven out to left field. They're moving back. Is it enough? Off the wall in left center field. Both outfielders almost in a collision there. And a 2-out double for Caitlin Short. I thought she had enough to get it out of here.
It looked like Peyton Moss thought it was enough to get it.
Yeah, Moss and Davis on the move there in the gap. Yeah, the way Moss was moving out there, I was thinking it was out of here too, and it hit the bottom of the wall. Now runner in scoring position for Kaylee Tucker. Sacrificed and grounded out to third.
Still have an out, so if we can, just retire 2 hitters. Even if she moves up to third, just retire 2 hitters in a row.
Yep.
Get out of it.
Tucker was the first of 2 sacrifice bunts in the 4th inning. That ball lifted out to left field, giving chase, foul ball. As Moss Tried to run it down, ran out of room. Now Tucker down 0-2 in the count. Be a big out here if you get her. Add to the 6 strikeouts. Got to give a lot of credit to Coach Bumpus in this Jaguar team.
She definitely had them ready to play.
That ball fouled off. Tried to fight it off. The off-speed pitch from Abrams. Yeah, a little bit different game than the last one that I called here between these two teams in the regular season, district play.
That was slugfest, wasn't it?
Yeah. Most of DeSoto Central's runs came in the last 2 innings.
Yep.
0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled off. Did a good job of fighting it off. Really good at bat here by Kaylee Tucker. Only hitting 175 coming into tonight. No 2 pitch, swung on, got her. No, they said it's a foul ball. So must have got a piece of it.
Some Lewisburg faithful disagree.
I think they may have thought that Stokes may have fielded it clean behind the plate there. Not sure. There's a strikeout. And throw down to first base, got her. So a big out there, keeping the runner at second base on the swing and miss. Now Maddie Hudson will come to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second. Hudson 0 for 2 in the game, or 0 for 1 rather. She sacrificed her last time up. Trying to keep the rain off my paper here.
Off of Larry Walker, foul ball.
Right off the old shoulder pad.
I tell you, Madison Hudson, 0 for 1 with a sack, but one thing she has shown is you have to make a play quickly.
Yeah, she hit now that left side, gets out of the box, kind of a slap hitter. Don't really see that much. Used to see it all the time. She's the only one tonight that's doing it.
Yeah, the few girls that kind of master that are, they're just tough outs because they put so much pressure on you.
1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on right back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. Oh, they're going to send the runner. No, she held up. And now the runner, they threw her out. Stokes on the relay back to second base, threw out the runner. Hudson trying to get to second, and that'll end it for the Lady Patriots. And
Coach Bumps wants the umpires to talk about something here. What do you think it is?
I'm not sure. It can't be interference. I'm wondering if she's trying to challenge the call, which you can't. I mean, it's a judgment call. You can't. That's not going to change.
No.
So the only thing I can think of is interference.
Yeah.
But it was.
I'll tell you, one thing that I preach is 2 down, runner at second. Your infield has to do whatever you have to do to keep it on the dirt. It can't get through.
Well, McCaskill did.
That's what she just did.
She did. She saved a run.
100%. You know, and if you can find a spark right here and get back in it, that could be the play of the game.
Could be. We'll find out. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. When we return, we'll be right back. Well, for the Patriots, we got 2, 3, and 4. Walker, Stokes, and Etter here in this bottom half of the 6th inning. A big play in the last half inning maybe gave the Lady Patriots that spark that they need. We'll find out. Colby Young will have something to say about it, though.
It definitely gave Emma Abrams a spark, I can tell you.
She showed a lot of emotion tonight.
She plays with emotion, and I it's something that you want players to keep in check, but you also want them.
There's a ball driven down the line as Kara Walker sees the first pitch, and she'll stand up at second base for the leadoff double. Now that crowd for the Patriots come alive. And Bumpus is going to ask the home plate umpire. I'm not sure what she is arguing. The hand motions that she was making is that maybe Kara pushed somebody out of the way. I didn't see it. It could have happened. Obviously, we could watch it. Josh is working on instant replay, by the way.
Okay.
We'd be able to see a little bit of that, but we don't have it tonight. But on the replay of this game, may be able to go back and look at it.
That definitely is what it looked like she was talking about, but I definitely didn't see that happen. Hey,
well, nonetheless.
You got to have a spark. Double down the line. There we go.
That was a hard hit ball by Kara Walker. Now LK Stokes in, 404 hitter. She's 1 for 2 in this game. Runner at second, nobody out. That pitch just missed low. First baseman Tucker said, no way.
So one thing, if I have seen a chink in the armor of the Jaguars, it's a little pressure, gets them a little off kilter maybe.
Well, we'll see. That ball driven right back up the middle. Takes a big hop. They're going to send Kara Walker home. Here comes the throw. Not going to make a play. Stokes going to get to second, and she's in there safe. So aggressive base running paid off for the Patriots, and they get on the board. Down 4-1 now on the RBI double for LK Stokes. And now Bumpus is going to call a timeout here. And that's exactly what a head coach needs to do in a situation like this.
So I'm not sure, but when she came out earlier to argue maybe a push, she did go back to the circle and talk to her pitcher. So it seems like this should be the second trip of the inning.
Oh.
And then if you can get in that bullpen on a technicality, I think I would.
Well, I mean, you're making a great point here. I missed that. I mean, the umpires know much better than we do.
I don't think they charged her with one, but I meant to bring it up.
Well, they obviously didn't because Young's still in the game. But nonetheless, Patriots on the board and have a runner at second, nobody out. That's Stokes out there. Etter now at the plate. 0 for 2 in the game. She's got 2 ground balls, 1 to second, 1 to short. First baseman stands in and lifts that one foul and out of play. Change up from Young. Bumpus cheering her team on from that Jaguar dugout. Both teams know how important game 1 is in this playoff. Game 2 will be at DeSoto Central, I think Saturday, weather depending. That ball driven out into center field as Armstrong will camp under it. She makes a strong throw to third and not in time. Yeah, she was safe from my angle over here. Bumpus doesn't think so. Good throw from Armstrong.
I don't think anybody has talked more tonight than Coach Bumpus and Larry Walker.
Yeah. She's asking maybe if she could appeal that, but again, it's hard to overrule a guy that's standing right there. I don't blame her, though.
No,
Challenge it, too.
And look, even if it's emotion, she's into it. They've gotten after it, man. And her team is fed off of her.
So now runner at third with 2 outs here for Bailey Davis, or 1 out rather. As the rain starts to fall a little bit heavier now. We'll see if that comes into play as well.
So an example of the question between aggressive and trailing late in the game, the tag up there to have a close play at third. I don't think anybody else other than
you never, the golden rule is don't make the first or third out at third base. I think, Stokes is a great base runner.
Sure.
Leads the team in stolen bases, and she felt that she could beat the throw. Armstrong did what she needed to do. Made a good throw from center field, just wasn't in time. That ball driven right back up the middle. Great play by the second baseman, Dell, to get the out, but the run comes across. Now 4-2. What a play by Reagan Dell at second base. Stretched out and saved the base hit. Now 2 outs. Peyton Moss at the plate. Do you think momentum's shifted a little bit?
It definitely shifted. The double from Kara, the run, and then the tag up on a close play. In close play, the team that the call goes for is pumped up.
What about DeSoto Central, though, on a play like that? You got 2 outs. Okay, bases are now clear. Peyton Moss at the plate. 0 for 1 in the game.
So, both teams go ball up there. Both teams, I think it's you're just trying to do one more. Just trying to do one more. The bases are clear for DeSoto Central. Now we can regroup, reset, get out of the inning. It's probably going to take 2, maybe 3 hits to score a run.
Yep.
And Lewisburg's doing whatever you can to scratch 1 right here. Battled out at bat and draw a walk. Again, you never know. Just whatever I can do to get 1.
Pitch in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Patriots back-to-back doubles.
I do think whatever happens, it's Lewisburg has grabbed some of that momentum for the 7th inning.
That pitch popped up to the third baseman. Short, she'll make the play, and that'll end it for Lewisburg here in the 6th inning. But not before back-to-back doubles and 2 runs. It's a 4-2 ball game now. We head to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be right back. Stay with us, folks. This is a good one. And we head to the top of the 7th inning here at Lewisburg High School. Matchup between the Lady Patriots and the Lady Jaguars coming down to the last inning. 4-2 lead for DeSoto Central as they send the top of the order up. London Armstrong, Darby Smith, Michaela Jamison. Other softball updates, Hernando beating Germantown 9-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And in baseball, Lewisburg beating Hernando 6-2, heading to the top of the 7th over there. That one being played about 10 minutes down the road in Hernando. Patriots baseball team winning their first round action. The ball fouled off. Abrams back out there on the mound. 1 ball, 2 strikes to London Armstrong. 0 for 3 in the game tonight in that leadoff spot, and she laid off that one. Pitch up and out of the strike zone is like the rain has stopped a bit. The Swallows flying around home plate. That's a ground ball right through the legs of Leah Walker. And the runner's going to get to second base. Here she comes. And she's going to stand in there. So aggressive base running from Armstrong. That ball hit really hard and right past Walker.
Really hard. And we've talked about it a few times already, but you can tell that Coach Bumpus has put emphasis on base running, 2 out of the box. We're going to be aggressive. They've done a good job. She got a bunter over here, huh? Trying to play for one, add on?
Yeah, absolutely. You scored that a base hit or an error?
That's
tough one.
I think I got to go E5.
Yeah, right through her legs. I think most people would say, hey, you know, knock it down if you don't get a glove on it. And she does try to bunt it over. Abrams, one of the hardest balls she's thrown tonight.
Not to take away from how hard Armstrong hit that ball.
No. Runner at second base, nobody out. So the Jaguars.
I'm probably going to take the question out and just get out of the way, and you'll know what it is, you know.
Right. Darby Smith trying to sacrifice her over. And now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Smith singled in the second inning, struck out in the 5th. It's a big at bat right here for both teams. That ball hit out to center field pretty deep. Armstrong looking like she's going to tag. She does. Here comes the throw, a strong one. Oh, and Walker right off her glove. I don't know that she would have got her.
No,
but that's a good throw from Davis.
That's much stronger arm than I expected to see right there. That's a good throw.
But Smith does her job down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Delivers a fly ball out deep center field to get Armstrong to third. Now runner at third with 1 out. You bring the infield in?
I probably do.
Got the 3-hole hitter Jamison at the plate. She lifts one into the left. Here comes Moss. So she left early so she can't tag up. And that's a break for Lewisburg on the fly ball. Not sure what Armstrong was doing. She left the bag before the ball was even 10 foot from Moss.
And it wasn't played that way the whole time. She went back to tag.
Yeah. So now 2 outs.
Big
Runner
out.
at third for Reagan Dell, who made that outstanding play in the bottom of the 6th inning to get the out.
So you talk about momentum. Again, if you can get out of this, that leadoff
Agree.
stretch double, that's big.
Be big for the Emma Abrams and the Lady Patriots. 0-1 count. That pitch upstairs, Abrams over 111 pitches tonight. Pitch 112 on the way. She's done a great job tonight. Despite that first inning, she's kept her composure and stayed in it and given the Patriots a chance. Didn't panic. One pitch upstairs, lays off of it. 2-1 now.
So to ask the question, you're down 2 in the 7th. You don't want to give up a crooked number for sure, but do you pitch around 2 good hitters? I know it puts people on, but you don't want to give this up.
I don't think so with a runner at third base. Swing and a miss there, evens a count out.
Not if you're making that pitch.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to put more runners on, you know, because a base hit now puts up a different number on the board. You know, you get a base hit here, that's fine. Only 1 run. Swing and a miss, got the strikeout. Good pitch from Emma Abrams on the outside part of the plate. So the error didn't haunt them. They leave the runner stranded. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning Patriots down 2. We'll be right back. Well, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Lewisburg High School in the first game of a 3-game series in the second round of the playoffs. Let's tell you how we got here for those of you tuning in a little bit late. DeSoto Central got off to a great start, 4 runs in that first inning. Off Emma Abrams, the starter for the Lady Patriots. Got 3 hits. Big one was the triple by Caitlin Short. And then Abrams settled in, threw up 6 straight zeros, and then Lewisburg just kind of got something going there in the 6th inning, got 2 runs on back-to-back doubles from Kara Walker and L.K. Stokes, and that's where we stand. 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Patriots sending up Emma Abrams, Carly Woods, and Kylie McCaskill, 7, 8, and 9. As Colby Young has really pitched an outstanding game for DeSoto Central. Abrams now will lead it off. That pitch downstairs.
Do you take until you get a strike, or do you have any different philosophy now?
I mean, you're down 2 runs. You need base runners. I've never been a fan of taking until you get a strike. You know, a hitter's up there to do a job. Yep. Don't take a pitch away from them.
You definitely don't want to go down 0-1.
But I do understand why teams do that. But Young has not showed. Does she have a? Yeah, she's got 1 walk tonight. Oh. She's commanded the strike zone fairly well. That pitch fouled straight into the Jaguar dugout, and hope everybody's okay over there.
I tell you, 7, 8,
like
9,
they are.
If you can find a way to get 1 or 2 of these on and make her face the gauntlet at the top of this Lewisburg order.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you Leah Walker's chomping at the bit for a chance.
I agree.
Let me make up for some of this. And
got to get there first, though. They got to get one of these runners on, preferably this one. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Oh, it's off her glove. Unfortunate for the Lady Jaguars. Colby Young gets the ground ball, and Reagan Dell can't handle it. So an E4, first error committed by the Lady Jaguars, comes at a big time.
Now I think the lead emotion pumped up person here in the park tonight is Coach Gilbert.
Trebbiani will come in to run for Emma Abrams as a new ball's thrown in. That ball, was hit really hard by Abrams, and just right off that palm of the glove of Reagan Dell. She's played a great second base. Not going to take anything away from her. But that came at a pretty bad time.
You brought it up in the 6th of, all the bravado almost. Kind of took a little hit with some pressure put back.
Yep. So now with a runner at first and nobody out, Carly Woods at the plate. She's 0 for 1 in the game. Ground ball to the shortstop and a sacrifice bunt back in the 5th. Colby Young looks in the dugout. Here, nobody out. That pitch in there for strike 2 right on the outside part of the plate.
That's 2 really good pitches right there.
Only 1 strikeout for Young in the game so far. That came back in the 4th inning. Strikeout looking, 0-2 pitch on the way. Pitch way outside. They wanted it, but that was at least a foot off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Johnson She was halfway in the left batter's box. Still made a good pitch, put it where they wanted it.
Yep. 1-2 on the way. Change up. She fouled, got a piece of it. Fouled it off.
One big thing about difference in, baseball, softball is it's really hard to turn this double play.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
There's no pressure to run, have to move up.
Yep.
I need the hitter to get on. That's what I need.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're DeSoto Central, get the lead runner, and we're up 2 runs. No harm. That pitch up and away. Uh-oh. Boy, Tribbiani took a little bit bigger secondary than I would like, but Johnson didn't make the throw down there.
By reaction, it was a little better than Coach Vanderburg's liked as well.
Yeah, not what you want. You get picked off in this situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carly Woods swung on. That ball is hit out to right field. And a little bit difficult play, but Smith made it. So 1 out now for DeSoto Central. And now the 9-hole hitter, Kylie McCaskill, 0 for 2 in the game tonight. She flew out to right field her last time up, rather.
Had a pretty good at bat, I thought, in that fly out. Didn't get the result, but I feel good right here.
Yeah, she's hit it to the right side of the field both times tonight. That pitch outside.
Like you said earlier, barring a double play, the top of the order is going to get another chance.
Agree. McCaskill stands in, 1-0 pitch downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Patriots got to find a way to get to the Walker sisters. They'll at least, hopefully stay out of the double play here. You'll get at least Leah to the play. That pitch in there for strike 1. She was definitely taken until she got a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Coach Vanderverse cheering on her hitter. Runner at first, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Down 4-2. Swung on and fouled off. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coach Bumpus, she was coming out of that dugout ready to make a play. She is fired up over there. Say the same for Coach Vanderverst. 2 really good coaches here in the county. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch outside, throw down to first, not in time. Now 3-2. McCaskill. 3-2 count. Big at bat. Big pitch. Swung on, fouled off.
She's pretty good at bat.
Really good at bat. She is certainly a fighter up there, and that's what you want in a situation like this for the youngster.
Heck yeah.
McCaskill is a junior. Started second base tonight. Both crowds cheering on their team. 3-2 pitch driven out into center field as Armstrong will go back to the wall and make the catch. McCaskill gave it a good run. And now 2 outs. Patriots down to their final out. And at the top of the order, Leah Walker, 0 for 3 in the game. She's grounded out to shortstop. And a fly out to the first baseman and a ground ball to the second baseman.
She's due.
She's due. Runner at first, 2 outs. Here in game 1. Colby Young gets a signal and delivers. And for the first time tonight, Leah Walker takes the first pitch. And it's a ball outside. One 1-0 pitch on the way. Change up downstairs. Walker may be taking until she gets a strike. Maybe Coach Vanderverse.
It's 2 close pitches she's taking, so
yeah.
Maybe so. I'm with you, though. I hate for her to take the one that can stand on.
She didn't. That puts a ground ball right back up the middle. Base hit, and the inning stays alive. So good job there. You said it. She was due. Now the hot hitter, Kara Walker at the plate with 2 runners on. Kara grounded out to the third baseman on a hard hit ball in the first inning. She doubled in the third and doubled in the 6th. She was that leadoff double that scored a run.
So now the important run, Leah Walker at first, your senior experienced base runner. You can't get back picked, of course, but you want to be aggressive here in anything in the gap. I got to tie this up.
7 hits for the Lady Patriots tonight. Colby Young stands in there. Everybody biting their nails here. Which team will prevail here? First pitch swinging and fouled it straight back.
Well, I can tell you it's a big game. Word's going around the county that what's going on. And just Gordon Smith, the Horn Lake buddy of mine, he's tuned in to you, Michael.
All right.
On the edge of his seat.
Glad you're tuning in, everybody. It's a great game here. Runners at first and second. Carol Walker at the plate. 0-1 count. Colby Young delivers that pitch on the outside part of the plate. Got the call strike. Now the Lady Patriots just 1 strike left. And for the Lady Jaguars, 1 strike away.
So we talked earlier about Karen, the pressure one that doesn't get to. So if you have anybody at the plate, it's probably her right now.
0-2 pitch. Upstairs, she didn't go for it. She wanted to.
Coach down there, boy, she's pumped as anybody.
I mean, that was one of the hardest balls that Colby Young's thrown tonight. What do you think is coming next?
You don't want to give up something here in the gap, but bust in, you change an eye level, change the spot. Looks like going away again soft, but I don't know. Do you have to show it at least, come back in one time? Looks
2
like
balls.
Karen's looking out there.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Probably throwing something off speed here. Kara's all the way up in the box as far as she can go. 2-2. Swung on. Base hit to left field. That's going to be it. No, they don't send the runners, and they hold them up. Probably a good thing. That ball was hit really hard out to Hudson in left field, and Vandervert said, no,
I think
we're going to hold you right here. You're down 2 runs anyway, so.
Leah's not going to get to third.
Right.
Even if she scores, let's hold up.
So
especially
back-to-back hits.
With a hitter like Leona Claire Stokes coming up who can walk this thing off in a hurry.
She's 2 for 3 in the game right now. Bases loaded. Doubled her last time up and drove in a run. So big moment here for LK Stokes.
I'll tell you, saying the 4th inning, would you have thought you'd be in this spot right here tonight?
No. But you never know how this game goes. That pitch in there for strike 1.
I've kind of commented on maybe a chink in the armor, but I tell you who has not is Colby Young, who's, I know she's getting some hits, but she's still right in there. Just bad luck maybe.
Yeah, she pitched a great game. Has had command of the strike zone all night. That pitch in there for strike 2. So 2 quick strikes on LK Stokes in a big moment. Jaguars trying to get game 1. Send this one back to the home field. 0-2 pitch on the way. Upstairs. Johnson made a great stab at that one. She caught that one behind her mask.
So kind of maybe falling into a little pattern here. Took some hitters in a row. And so, you know, if I'm LK here, I may expect that, look for that one over the plate and try to find a gap with it.
Yep. Bases loaded here. Jaguars up 4-2. Pitch up and out. She took a lot off of that pitch. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. How will this one finish? This game's moved by pretty quick tonight. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's a base hit to right field. Here comes one run. Here comes the second one. The throw to the plate is in time. Got her! Unbelievable throw. Darby Smith makes a throw from right field on the base hit on the eventual tying run. And DeSoto Central is going to win this one in classic softball fashion. Just like the last game between these two teams at this very field ended on a play at the plate during the regular season. For a Lewisburg victory, DeSoto Central returns the favor on a play at the plate to end the game for the Game 1 win here in the second round of the playoffs.
Wow. You know, if you're Lewisburg, you got everything you wanted, you could expect to get. You got your chance. And like you said, Darby Smith, just tip your hat. Made the throw, made the catch, made the tag. Heck of a play. So what does this do going into Game 2? You thought Lewisburg was grabbing some momentum back for Game 2. That's exciting right there if you're DC.
Well, I know Coach Bump is out there. She is overly excited and deservedly so. But for Coach Vandiverse and the Lady Patriots, that was a close game. And I can guarantee you in Game 2, they don't really have to change a whole lot. Either team doesn't really have to change a whole lot. DeSoto Central came over here to Lewisburg, got Game 1 in exciting fashion. You can look to Saturday's game as going to be probably an exciting game as well. I wish we were calling it, honestly. What a game tonight.
Sure. Before we get too off the air or anything, I just want to say thank y'all. I had a heck of a time.
Shaker, man, just like old times, I appreciate you being here for the broadcast and providing the insight. A lot of these girls and certainly valuable. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight, folks. DeSoto Central with the Game 1 win, 4-3. And the winning pitcher for DeSoto Central, Colby Young. The losing pitcher for Lewisburg will be Emma Abrams. Both pitchers did an outstanding job tonight. And great defense on both sides of the ball. DeSoto Central gets the victory, 4-3. They'll head to Game 2 Saturday, weather depending. Thanks for tuning in to PanRight TV. It's a great production. Thank you, Josh Howout, for putting this together. For Michael Plumley and Shaker Turner, we'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for tuning in.